Beverley. In and out. Well, I found myself a buddy. Wet wang. I'm sorry. So childish. So that's it for Beverley. In and out. Now heading towards a place called Flying Thorpe, which is another place we've never been to. And this is one of the other stops that are quite close together, so I can just pop around them without too much distance in between. I think it's about 30 minutes, no, about 26 minutes to the next stop, and the next stop is, like I say, Flying Thorpe. It's a cafe, and I'm hopeful that there's going to be open and something there, because I could really do with a pee, and that's why I was hoping the last place that was going to be up, but it wasn't. So there we go. So over the next place I'll have some facilities and a fruity beverage of some description. So, well, I found myself a buddy, another biker. I don't know whether he is or he isn't doing the road rally, but I'm going to pretend, in a non-stalkery fashion that is, that we're riding together, that we're friends, and that we're on this adventure together. Other people will think that, think I'm popular, think I've got friends. They might creep the guy out in front a little, but you never know. Managed to find a little bit of clear road, which there hasn't been much of, to be honest, since I left Beverley. It's been quite busy. Fair few bikers about mine as well today. Not convinced that any of them are doing what I'm doing, but they're just out for a ride, I think. I was kind of hoping the weather was going to pick up, but it hasn't. It's not bad, but thought there might be a little bit of sun, but not as yet anyway, at least. Wet wang. I'm sorry. So childish. But what, I mean, who comes up with that sort of name for a village? Wet wang. If I find a sign for wet wang, village sign, the 12-year-old boy in me is going to make me stop and take a photo in front of wet wang. Because why would you not? T-Pot 1 Nationals! See, she does need some prod in this bike. She's not slow below 8,000, not by any stretch of the imagination. But if you really want to be hanging onto the bars, you really need to get her up. You really need to get her up way past 8,000 and preferably around 10. I know that when I go for a ride out with my buddies, what bikes are we? We've got a CB1000 and we've got a Tiger and we've got a Kawasaki SX1000 or S1000 SX, like the big tourer thing. And unless I'm in the right gear keeping the revs up, as soon as they wind it on even a smidge, I can't see which way they've gone. So it's a cool engine, this. It's a lot of fun to ride, don't get me wrong. But you've got to keep those revs up if you want to be keeping up with people, otherwise you'll be left behind. So yeah. I haven't said that, it reminds me of like old school hot hatches that I sort of grew up with. You know, where you've got to really wind them and get them into a power band before there's anything. So I kind of like it, to be honest. It also means that it's really quite user-friendly low down. You know, if you're a little ham-fisted, you wind it on with a little bit too much aggression coming out of a corner, there just isn't any torque there at that low down in the revs to cause you any problems. So it's a nice friendly bike, which is good. The other thing I've noticed as well, it's so far, we're 120 miles according to the tack, and I've still got half a tank of juice left, which is completely unheard of. So it definitely goes to show that when you're not riding with your buds, you get significantly better. It's just drop below half a tank, but you do get better MPGs when you're not riding with your buddies, when you're just sort of like cruising. So far there's nothing on this 120 mile ride so far that makes me think this wouldn't be a really good tourer. Other than the fact you've got to be careful you don't knock the kill switch off, but to be fair that's the same as any bike. So, yeah. Right, what we got? 6 minutes, 4 miles. Just left Seaways, so if you're out in Flying Thorpe or anywhere near that area, Seaways is a cool place to stop. It's definitely a biker haunt, as you can see by those bits of video. Plenty of bikes around, loads of people dead busy. To be honest, I was dead tempted to stop and have something to eat, but it's a smidge early for me. I didn't have that egg sandwich back at NY500. I didn't have that until time was it? Must have been knocking on 9:30, so I'm not proper hungry yet. So right, next stop. This was the one I was a little bit concerned about because it's in York, and York on a Saturday just fills me full of nationals, fills me full of dread that it's going to be busy and rammed and awful. But it actually seems to be. Now I did have the name of it and I've forgotten it. A1 Moto, I think, and I think it's a bike dealer. So fingers crossed, that might be a good place to stop and maybe see some bikes, especially if it's a dealer, because you kind of just wander around then. I just have a little bit of a walk around there and try and take some video of people's bikes, but I don't know, some people are cool with it, some people maybe not so much, so I don't want to push people up. Whereas if it's a dealer, I can just walk around at my heart's content, hopefully. Here's something, you know, if you've never done one of these before like I hadn't, it's such a cracking idea, because it just forces you to go out for a ride and it forces you to go somewhere that you've not been before. I've never been, other than the first stop, NY500, I've never been at any of these places before in my life, and I've never been along any of these roads before, and I wouldn't have found out any of them if it wasn't for doing this national ride out, I think, National Road Rally. So it is well worth a shout and well worth a go. Look, I found myself another buddy. Again, I have no idea who he is. But there's something about riding in a group, even if it's a fake group, that's not real and you've just tacked yourself on the end of. I love following other bikers through bits, especially when there's roads I don't know, because whilst I'm sure they're significantly more skillful riders than I am, it does give me a sight line and a little bit of an idea about, you know, speed-wise, where I am, corner-wise, what we're looking at. I much prefer following other people. At some point I think I'll probably get to a point where I'll be happy to lead, but at the minute I'm kind of happy following people. Well, you'll be pleased to know that I've still got my buddy in front. Oh, I've got a buddy behind as well now. But also, unfortunately, it's exactly like I thought it was going to be getting into York, which is a bloody nightmare. It's been sort of like stop-start for about the past mile now. Well, past mile. Well, like past 5 or 6 miles. So, just definitely going to be. This was definitely the one that I thought might be a bit of a chewy trying to get into on a Saturday, and it's proved that that's exactly the case. But the big fiery ball in the sky has decided to show itself, so that's quite nice. And I'm not in any massive rush because, as I mentioned before, I don't even have a time schedule. Well, the traffic hasn't got any better, but what I did notice up the top is that it seems to be a Shell petrol station, and we're almost there now, and I'm thinking we're down to a couple of bars, if you can just see on it. So I thought it's not going to be spoiling anything to stop now and get a little bit more petrol in, because it's not like I'm going anywhere especially quickly now anyway, so I might as well pull in if it's a decent price. Either this one or the BP. Oh, the way fast. Thinking about it, actually we might go down the road to the BP one, because this looks to be on a bit of a corner. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get in and out of, I think. So, oh, burgers. Still have no idea where I am. Okay, to be honest, it would have been easy as pie to get into that petrol station, but there's another one. Oh, and it's way more money. That's what you get. Right, but we're here now and we need some juice, so let's get a bit of a splash and dash, I think, before we go any further. What a muppet. Right. Let's go and get paid. We're 5. Cheers, bud. Right. Thank you. Right. Here with the next fill up. Try not to spill petrol down myself and down my bike. It's a fairly basic game, but let's see if we can do it. I don't normally do that, but there you go. Right. Leg over. Yeah, there we go. Right. Full tank again, and I don't think we're very far now, so I might as well leave you on for this last little bit. Right, so I think it's down here to the right. So it looks to be. Oh, in fact, A1 Motor, there it is. And they've got a cafe. It sounds pretty good to me. Guess this is for us. Why couldn't I go now? It's on green. Yes, it must be in here. Ah. And there's the control point. Sweet. And there's a hell of a lot of cool bikes. Right, get it written down. I think it might be time for a cup of coffee. And a bite to eat, I'm thinking. Let me see if I can get the bike a little closer. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer, I think. I've got a picture of every other one so far. With the bike in front. Be nice. Nice if I can get this one in the same. Right, here we go. Get the farm out. And the time is 12:41. So that's 5. So I'm going to get down to 13, so I'm actually nowhere near half. Okay, a lot more work to do. Well, this has been the best stop so far. Triumph main dealer, look at all of this. Absolutely beautiful bikes. NT there. Nice looking bike, whose is that? Look how big those tires are. Big Goldwing. Huge. Gorgeous. So we're just leaving here one more, and that was a really good stop. So it's a Triumph dealer. Which is awesome. Yeah, so we just left here one more. It's a Triumph dealer, so that was an awful lot of fun, looking at some of the new bikes and stuff. I got to swim my leg over. Something that I've looked at online and just to see how aggressive it was, and the answer is it's pretty aggressive. But yeah, still fun. Nice bit of dinner, nice panini. But what I have noticed is that we're knocking on the door of 1:15, nearly 1:20, and I'm nowhere halfway near done. So the next ones are going to have to be drive, stop, photo, write the thing down and just move on. No messing, I think. Right. Hopefully she gets that sorted and gets moving again. But I can't stop. I'm on a road rally, man. Ain't got no time to get stuck. So I think, so this is back up to the A19 Thirsk, and this is up towards Starbucks now. So I've already had something to eat, so I don't need to stop at Starbucks, so that's pretty cool. So I was hoping that I wasn't going to have to stop. I was hoping that I was going to stop somewhere that's not a chain. And that's what I got to do. So I think it's about 50 minutes. And a lot of that is probably going to be fighting through York traffic as well, so I'm not going to waste battery or camera space just filming the traffic going through York. So woohoo, full on chicane. So once I get somewhere decent, somewhere where there's something to see, we'll flip it back on and we'll take it from there. But that was a good pit stop. Right, catch you a little bit closer to the next stop. Right, welcome back. We are free of York, and it really was every bit the nightmare that I thought that it would be. Really, really busy, chocked full of cars, traffic jams, hot, people driving all over the place. Shocking lane discipline, you know, all the sort of stuff you get in cities. But it's also boiling as well. But now we're up and moving again. Nice bit of cool, fresh breeze over here. Feels much better. I have to say the Fazer handled the extra heat perfectly fine. Fan only kicked in once. Got up to like an indicated 90 odd degrees. I think about 93, 94, but the fans kicked in fine. Kept it under control, no problems at all. So, where are we? We're heading along the A59, which is signposted towards Harrogate, but we're actually going to take it up towards the A19, and from there we're going to smash up the A19 and go and find this Starbucks that's on the A19. I need to be really paying attention on this one, because if I miss it, I'm going to have to come off the A19, swing all the way back round, come back the way I've come, swing off and join back again. So, not that I wouldn't be paying attention anyway, but I really need to have my wits around me and make sure I spot this one early doors and get pulled in for it. Right, so we've had our motorway and major A road little section. Now there's one Starbucks and there's another Starbucks on this other side. So hopefully it'll be easy to spot. It says it was at Starbucks. So I guess we go in the car park and have a little look. I can't see a sign for it. So we're going to have a little look. Southbound. Awesome. So this is northbound. So we're on the wrong side. But, right. Just need to get up off the A19 and back down onto it somehow. Right, so we've gone back on the A19. Now we're swinging up and round. And then we're going to go back down southbound. Luckily they're right close to each other, because if they weren't, that would have been really annoying. But luckily it's not too bad, and then it's only half a mile down there. Honestly, should have read that first. Right, let's try again, shall we? Reset. So that's where we were, and this is where we should be. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. There's the little starter sign for it, and there's the control sign.